the stuff that we're drinking right here.
The Weller Special
Okay.
Reserve. Nice weeded bourbon.
So this is a coup for the state of Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay, because no other state is getting this. And you know why?
No, tell me.
Because Ohio is the best, hottest bourbon market right now. And what Weller is trying to do is they're trying to capture market share from Makers and Bullet. And if you notice, on the shelf, it's faced up right next to Makers.
Yeah.
For a reason.
Well, I'll get to that in a second. I haven't found it on the shelf.
Okay.
Which is another question I have for you later.
Here's why, right? So we knew. Well, let me just back up. So my whole job is like cajoling CEOs of Heaven Hill, of Buffalo Trace, like, give me your barrels, give me your good stuff. And so we did a raffle on the Pappy. Now, if you know, Pappy and Weller and Buffalo Trace and Blanton's and Ancient Age,
Yes.
they're all one distillery,
One big distillery, yes.
right? And so
And a
the
lot of-
CEO, his name's Mark Brown. And when I got this job a year ago, they shut off the spigot on Pappy. And I'm like, dude, what's the story with that? And I met him in Miami, and you know, it's the coolest thing. Buffalo Trace has got a cabana set up
In Miami.
with all their stuff, and I'm talking to the CEO of Buffalo Trace, and in comes the owner of Sazerac, a guy named
boy.
Bill Goldring, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, it's like I'm in Colombia.
To the uneducated listener, these are like celebrity names in
Yeah.
bourbon
Yeah.
or in whiskey, in the whiskey world.
Yeah.
These are like stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, yeah. I mean, I have their picture. I have the picture as like a screensaver.
You started to mention like Colombia, like you're with the Pablo Escobar.
I'm with Escobar.
You're with the Pablo Escobars.
Right.
Whiskey.
And I'm like, you know, and I'm like,
That's
I'm
hysterical.
like, Mark, and he's an English dude. I'm like, Mark, what's the story on the Pappy? And he's like, well, you know, the problem in Ohio is the secondary market.
Uh-huh.
And we don't like to put our stuff in the secondary market because they don't make any money on it. So what happened is they would, and we only got 300 bottles for the whole state of Ohio
Of
Pappy.
Pappy.
You know, the 10, the 12, the 15, the 20, the 23. And so 300 of that assortment. And I'm like, what's the story on that? He goes, I don't like the way I bring in my product to Ohio. His juice that is like gold in a bottle.
Right.
And it goes to like a couple of guys over here, and it goes to a couple of guys over here. Mm-hmm. It goes to this restaurant over here.
Right.
And it's gone.
That's it.
And then you and you and me and you don't get to try it. And I said, okay, well, what do I do? What do I do? I want it. He goes, do a lottery. Do a lottery. I'm like, okay, what's that? He's like, okay, at your agency liquor stores, put a lottery ticket there.
Yeah.
With an electronic code. They register online, and they get the opportunity to buy the bottles.
Right. We've all gotten in on those
So
lotteries.
we did that. And he's like, okay. He goes, I will release the Pappy. And he released that 300 bottles, and we did the lottery, and it was a huge success.
Yeah.
It was a huge success. So the next time, he's like, I'll give you 700 bottles. And now we're up to like 1,000 bottles.
Right.
And he goes, and it's gone so well. Now look at it this way. From the supplier standpoint, they're looking for a market that merchandises in a way they like, because they want to get as many people hip to this as possible. They don't want it to go to one restaurant and some big fat cat CEO,
Right.
and nobody else gets to try it, because that doesn't do anything for the brand. So he liked it so much that he said, I want to do an experiment in Ohio with Weller. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, I want to, because you guys are doing such a good job merchandising for Buffalo Trace. I want to give you Weller, the special reserve and the antique. And he goes, look, I'm going to bring it in. We're going to pick 150 agencies. We're going to do 8 facings, which a facing is like what's looking at you on the shelf.
Right.
So you got 750 of the reserve next to 750 of the antique, next to the 1.75, and then there's 2 200s. So you've got 8 facings. When each agency sells through, we will replenish it. So as these agencies sell it, we restock it, and it's not going away.
No.
It's not going away. And so people are freaking out even before it got to the shelves.
Yeah.
People
were
are
signs. There were signs. No more Weller.
People were like, when is the Weller coming?
Yeah,
When is the
they
Weller
get in
coming?
line.
But they're so conditioned, and I'm one of them. As soon as it comes in, they gobble it up. But it's coming.